I'm not like all the others. They're too polished for words. All departs in search for perfect tense. Appearances deceive you. Don't chase those holograms. Well, there's really no perfection in the end. There's pain there in your city lights, white lightning in your veins, and the truth is that the heart just can't sustain. There's a dream inside your nightmare. Open up and let it in.
Okay.
All right.
I guess that's it.
That's it for that song, huh? I was going to let it go for a while before I turned it down on here, but
Did you turn it down, or did
No,
it just
it just
say,
quit.
I'm done?
said I'm done.
Oh,
there we go. And it's back.
We'll just keep it off.
Right. I turned it off on here too. So.
Oh,
Hello,
my
Beth.
God.
Good morning. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning, you guys, and welcome. Good morning, Mr. Bobbert.
Good morning, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with Friends.
It's good to have you back.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Yes, welcome to. We're coming live here from Apocalypse Studios, which it's actually taken shape here.
It is. Yes.
Looks like Pimo finished off the wall over there on the opposite side, which
Yep.
nobody gets to see. But
Right.
we got our
We got our
signage
One
up,
sign that from the Maker's Fair. Yeah.
which nobody can probably read because it's so far away.
Right.
If you want a close up of it, it's right here.
That's close.
That's pretty close. Yeah. So anyhow, Bobby is back, and now Pimo is gone.
Right. Yes.
Which so normally Pimo and I like to dig on you while you're gone.
Oh, really? I didn't notice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's just probably because you don't listen. You're busy and enjoying time with your family, or
Yeah, that's it.
trying to save the Pope. But here's the hard thing, and we were talking about this earlier. It's hard to rip on Pimo because the dude is so even keel, like nothing
Yes.
bothers him.
Right.
Nothing. I don't know what would
I
get
mean,
to him.
you guys were talking about Alice Chalmers and John Deere, and I was cringing.
Oh, I bet you were.
And I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I'm here, but there's nothing. I can't think of anything we could say to Pimo, and he'd be like, "Yeah, all right."
Right?
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So I've only seen him upset a few times and frustrated.
Yeah.
And that was when he owned a bar. And
Oh, yeah.
now he doesn't own a business, so he's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
eh.
Yeah.
You know, you can sit there and say, oh, by the way, Pimo, I slept with your girlfriend. He'd be like, all right, man.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Better you than me, he'd say. Just kidding, Rennie. Just kidding.
I was thinking of a different scenario, not quite so personal, just saying like the building burnt down while you were gone or something. But
Yeah, he'd be like,
all right, well, I got
Yeah,
insurance.
yeah, I
whatever.
got insurance.
Yeah, I'll find a place.
So, but yeah, and I think, yeah, it's funny because we know your buttons, you know, and you made them apparent that first time you had gone away, and Pimo and I were talking about cars or something. You're
Oh
like,
my God.
and you were just like,
I have so much to say, and I want to say it. I want to be heard. And you guys are like talking about cars, and I'm like, I got stuff to add, but whatever.
So I got to ask you this.
What's that?
When I busted out the top 10 reasons John Deere is better than Alice Chalmers, what were you thinking when I said that?
So I thought it was going to be worse because really that top 10 list was just the fact that John Deere's still in business and Alice Chalmers went out. That was basically all it was.
Right.
Like, oh, well, parts are more available for new stuff. Well, yeah, no kidding. But so I was kind of getting ready.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
kind of lame.
I was really disappointed in Google.
Yeah,
I'm
Google.
like, you bastard, you let me down.
You know why? Because Alice Chalmers is better. All there is to it.
Yeah, I set you up for that one.
You did. You did.
Hey, look at that. Bobby Paulson sent us 100 stars.
100 stars. Wow,
Yeah,
what a
Bobby.
guy.
He is a great guy. I
He's
think
a good guy.
he's about the only financial support we got here at b.hive Productions.
So do you how does that work on your end?
So
I mean, I know there's a value, but how do you cash that in? What do you
So I got to wait until it gets to $5 before they'll even cash it out, and they put it into my. I haven't put them into my Venmo,
Oh,
and I use my Venmo for getting stuff like this, or whatever. And,
yep, okay.
And to pay my co-host.
Pay your co-host?
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Your co-host is paying it.
right. Well, I figure you give me the 100 stars, and then you just keep 50 stars for yourself.
Oh, okay. All
See,
right. Okay.
see how that works?
That works out good.
It's the new math.
New math.
It's
All
the
right.
new math. Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
So I actually was thinking about that this morning, and I'd be like, I'm like, man, if we really like took off, well, one of the bad things would be, then the FCC guys would
Right.
be watching us closely, and their algorithm would go, oh, he's swearing off the air, demonetized.
Right.
And I watch a lot of podcasts during the work week, and I notice they say a lot of words differently,
Oh,
or they take them out.
right.
They beep them out or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's so that they don't get demonetized.
Right.
And
And I don't care if we do get any bigger. I mean, I love talking to people. I love people being involved, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's no pressure. We're doing it because we want to do it.
right, and here's the thing too, because I like that I've added in kind of a beginning music
Yep.
montage
Yep, so
when
do
we
I.
start in the mornings. I like putting music behind my promos for my chapter readings and all that. That instantly demonetizes
Oh, really?
all my videos. Yeah,
Oh.
I can still get stars for them, but I can't. Which is weird because now I've been getting Facebook messages saying that I'm eligible for the partner program, which I don't know exactly what that means. It means I get a blue check mark, I guess.
Okay.
But my partner with a business or whatever, and then basically they can run ads on my stuff.
Oh.
And I thought about that, and I thought, well, that would be one way to monetize, and make an income off of this.
Right.
But then the other thing is,
There's pressure with that.
so I used to do production for a radio station. I wrote commercials
Yep.
for KFMC, KSUM out of Fairmont. And so I know the importance and the blood, sweat, and tears you put behind. I did pretty, as you can imagine, I did pretty extensive scripts.
I can imagine.
And like the air personalities were always mad at me. It's like, why do I have to put, why do I have to use an accent? And why do I have to put these sound effects in there? And I'm like, because it'll sell, and
Because I said so.
that's right. So, but now I watch ads on, when you're watching clips or whatever, and then the
Mhm.
ad comes in. You're always waiting for that skip button to pop
Right.
up, saying "fuck you," hit
Yep.
it, and I think, oh, that's, I just shit on someone's
Yeah.
bread and butter, but
You're right. I do too. When the skip,
So-
as soon as that skip button comes on.
well, yeah, I know. I mean, a lot of people, if they don't want to watch commercials, they'll just
Right.
buy the premium package or whatever. Maybe we should have a premium package.
You know, Speaking of that, I learned something. I'm on the library board, and one of the biggest things that are being checked out now is movies, DVDs.
Oh,
People are getting rid of the service. They're getting rid of the streaming services because the prices keep going up,
oh yeah.
and it's cheaper to just go get movies. And I mean, it's like $600 a month are getting pulled out of the library. 600
Wow.
DVDs. It's crazy. Like I would have never guessed. Like if they would have been like, guess how many had been like 40.
So I actually have a question about
Yeah.
that I've always wondered since I was probably in high school. How do public libraries make their money?
Through the city. The city is paying all the bills, so it's through our taxes
Okay, so taxes
because it's
pay
a city-owned. Yeah.
Okay.
There is nonprofit ones that run off of donations, but ours is a city-owned, so the city pays for it.
'Cause I was thinking about that. I was thinking about like I'm on that Hoopla app
Yep.
that you told me about, and I watch movies out of there, TV shows.
Yep.
And I read a lot of books out of that app, and I started thinking, how's the library making money off of me using this?
Right.
But I imagine it must be. Is it a use fee that?
Correct. So the way it works is the city pays X amount of dollars to be hooked in with that.
Okay.
So we're hooked in with the whole library system. So all the libraries, New Ulm, we're all hooked together.
Is that Traverse Sioux?
Travis Sioux, yeah.
Okay.
So it has to do with that, and actually that's how we decide if we're going to keep paying this, right? So the more people that use it, the more this is a good thing to have, right? So if people stop using it, we're just going to stop paying it, and then we won't have it. But as of right now, at the library, you can get books, you can get streaming services, you can get, what are those called? The little Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
They have Nintendo Switches. They have games for Xbox and stuff like that you can rent out, and it's all free. You just need to get a library card. DVDs, all that.
And bring them back on time.
And bring
you
them
won't
back
have
on
to pay
time, and then you don't have to
library
pay.
fees.
Right. That's right. Because it's funny you brought that up because somebody made a comment the other day about what was that called where you could get DVDs for a penny? Columbia House.
Oh, yep.
I wonder how many. Like I never paid it. I got hundreds of CDs. I never paid the penny.
I never did either.
So, how did that work? Well, it
yeah.
didn't, obviously, because they're out of business. But
Well, yeah. Not only
just-
that, they
wow.
kept saying, okay, and now it's a new month, and here you can order more. And
yeah,
it's
and they
like,
can order more.
are you crazy? I haven't given you any money yet. You know?
Right.
Okay. Boing, boing, boing.
Yep, that Columbia House. I don't know how that ever worked.
Yeah. And then it almost seems like the people that consume music are always like, you know what? Screw the artist. I'm getting free stuff no matter what. You know, we had the Columbia
Right.
House, and then there was LimeWire and Napster.
LimeWire. Yep.
And I may know somebody that used LimeWire a lot to get music.
Me too. I was petrified of it. Like I'm gonna get busted. Like this, they're gonna come to Hutchinson because I used to work at the mall.
Oh,
and
sure.
I'd work overnight, and I had my laptop. I could hook it up to the
Sure.
to the sound system, right? So I'd hook it up there, and I'd go on LimeWire and download a bunch of music and play it. And I'm like, oh, they're gonna come to Hutch and get me.
Oh, yeah.
There's people all over the world doing it, so they probably weren't gonna come to Hutch. But yeah, I used to play it over the whole sound system.
They did bust a few people in Minnesota.
Yep.
That's what got me scared. I said, okay, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm so done with this.
It's not even a thing anymore, is it? Like Napster and all that? Is that?
Think? Yep. I don't know. I don't explore the
Google
internet like I used to.
Bring it up, see what happens.
All right, let's see what we got here.
I'm kidding.
About what?
About getting shut down early as a podcast. Well, they were on LimeWire, so they're done. FCC says you're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like you said, it was the people that really liked the music that were the ones kind of screwing them over more than anybody.
Right.
And Gene Simmons just did a big thing about that where, the record industry is dead. I mean,
Right.
yes, some albums are coming back. Yes, something like that. But as a whole, it's dead. It's gone. And
Yep.
it'll never come back.
Yep. And then, I mean, most of the time your music is heard through digitally.
Right. Yep.
So,
And it goes through a different process now, but just the music, I mean, there's never going to be a new record store opening up where you can go in. I remember that was exciting. Like looking at the cover art.
Oh,
and, I
yeah.
mean, it wasn't just the music on it. It was the bands, the order they put the music in, and the cover art, and
records had a smell too.
they did.
Just like old paperback books. You know, they got that. Oh, I used to love that smell when I was a kid.
So speaking of albums, I'm going to shout out to my Uncle Tom in Colorado. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday,
Yes.
Uncle Tom.
Happy birthday, Uncle Tom.
Also, Uncle Tom and his family just released an album
Oh,
called Tommy and the Cruisers, and it's his son is on bass, his grandson's on one of the guitars and the drums, and then they have another guitarist. So not only they just got it released on vinyl too, so I'm going to order a vinyl now.
oh wow.
So I have the CD, and then I'm going to order a vinyl. So that'll be cool.
Where is that available on?
Yes. I don't know. I call Uncle Tom, say, hey, I need an album. So
Yeah,
he
I
can
need
send
an
it to me.
album.
But no, it is available on stuff, and I should find that out. I don't know.
So I did look up. LimeWire is still around.
Really?
It's entirely different. The original peer-to-peer file sharing software was shut down in 2010 due to copyright lawsuits. Today, the LimeWire prep platform has been revived as an AI-powered content sharing platform, an AI music and image generator and digital creator ecosystem. It has no connection to the original free piracy.
Wow.
So I guess you can download AI generated songs on there.
Yeah, which is a thing I found. I didn't know that until that last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So I went with my friends. We went to Wisconsin.
Yep. And
we each sent in like our music that we listened to, and then she made a deal that played the whole. So it was like a 3.5-hour drive, and we had music the whole way, and it was stuff that we all picked. But the song played, and it was kind of a Viking Norse sound, and it what was it called? Not Bob the Builder, Bob Dominator, Bob the Dominator.
Oh, I thought it was Bob Moran.
Nope. Bob Dominator, and I was like, well, this is kind of cool. And then they're like, yeah, it's AI. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, somebody typed in write a song, and it wrote it, and they have a whole album that has nobody on it. It's all AI done.
So I guess there's an R&B artist that he created an R&B artist and records albums, all AI generated images, songs, and he's putting out albums. And he just collects the residuals from it or whatever. I'm just like, what the hell's going on? So here's my thing about AI. I think it's a great creative tool. People say, well, AI art, blah, 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 was something, you're taking away something from a human artist. Right. And there are things that a human artist can create. There's more emotion in it and stuff. AI is more kind of sterile, no matter how awesome the image is.
Yep.
But I think as a writer, you're putting in prompts to create this image. Like when I do the Broken Bird previews for the chapters that I read, I would love to be able to hire or have an artist create it for me, but I have like 2-3 days in order to do that. And so the AI tool has been great in creating images for that and then being able to animate them now.
Right.
But writing the prompts to create the image you want or create the animations you want, you really have to get creative. It's like you're directing a scene in a movie.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And you put all that in, and then it puts it together, and you're just like, holy cow. Sometimes it comes up with some really weird shit like, whoa, this isn't supposed to be porno. You know?
Yeah.
But
that's the other book.
Yeah, that's the other book.
But now, so I don't know crap about AI and all that. I've never used it. Can you? Well, I did with that song,
right?
That was for Beth, and that was where I put in my lyrics, and it put music to it. So I guess that's the same thing. It just and it changed a couple words that I didn't realize were not grammar correct. And it kind of fixed that,
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess at what point can I just type in write a best-selling novel about this, and it'll just write it, and we're done, and we're moving on. And
Yeah. See
this
that
has got to be really tough for teachers, right? I mean, you remember in school where they're like, you have to write a 3-page report about this.
right.
Well, now you just go on here and say, write this, and it does it.
Yeah, and then I mean, there's no effort put in there.
Right. And they're not learning nothing, and you're writing it in 2 minutes. And my wife has gone to classes about this, and it's not, what's that called when you're stealing somebody else's
Plagiarism.
plagiarism? It's not plagiarism.
Really?
Right. Because it's writing it from scratch.
Oh.
That's the only copy of it. It's not taking somebody else's.
Gotcha.
So there's a fine line here. And for me being old, this is scary. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know, like, wow, what's
Well, even like the evidently there's like countries out there where their newscasts it's all AI generated. The reporters are AI generated. The text that they talk about is
Right.
AI generated. And so the government can kind of control what their reporters say
Right.
or whatever report, and it's just like, well, that's really freaking scary.
So it's funny. Morning, Chuck.
Morning, Chucksters.
Talking about AI, I just told you that I had watched this movie yesterday. It's called Remote, and it's this girl that works for an AI company, and people call in with a problem, and she's like, "Okay, well, here's what you do to fix it," and she's like, "Tech help." Well, her fiance died, and so she was going through all this mental stuff, and she got to talk to a counselor from the company, and they said, "You know what? We got this new thing. We're going to send you out to this cabin, and you're going to work remotely from this cabin, and this will help you get through this, right?" So they send her out there, and there's this little white box, and it's Al. So she's, it's like Alexis or whatever,
Yeah.
She just says, "Hey, I need this. Where's the closest coffee with whatever?" Well, and they give her this watch to wear, and it watches her moods and stuff. So he'll say, "Hey, so just like the watch you're wearing." But Al will say, "Hey, you seem stressed. What's wrong? What can I do to help?" And well, she's having these dreams at night that there's cameras watching her. And so she'll like wake up and swipe at nothing there, right? So she's trying to work through all this. And then every morning for like 15 minutes, she talks to this counselor. And so she's talking to her, she's doing FaceTime with her. Well, things just start getting weirder and weirder. Like she sees somebody and she's like, "Al, is there somebody in the house?" And he goes, "No, I don't detect anybody. Everything's still locked. None of the windows open." Well, this company hired somebody to come in and kind of scare her. So they were researching her. Well, here we find out this company is all AI. It's not even a real company.
Oh.
It's not. There's no real people there. So the counselor she's talking to is AI. Al is AI. She's getting her checks, and it's all AI is writing the checks. They're doing an actual service, but there's actually no people. It's all AI, the whole company. So she gets out of there and she sues, and she gets like $1 million, and she donates money, and she starts her own business doing online art because that was her main thing. Well, then at the end, the very last scene is one of the girls from her art class comes on and makes this comment about being AI and watching her. So one of her students this whole time now has been an AI person as well.
Oh.
So it's just real creepy.
Yeah.
How that all worked, and
so there was
at what point do we not need anybody in a company?
So there's a new service out, and it's an alternative to like one-on-one therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically put in your personality, and it asks you all these different prompts about your past and things that you struggle with. And then it goes into an AI generated image of yourself. And you sit and have a session with this mirrored image of yourself talking to you, basically analyzing what your issues are and makes you face them. And I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, the good thing is you don't have another person there who's got his own personalities
judging
you with. And it's just you and your personality, or as AI sees your personality. That's what that movie reminded me of. Is that
that movie's on Tubi if you want to watch it.
Okay, I will have to check it out.
But yeah, and So the funny thing about there's like 3 actors in the whole movie because it's all AI generated, and the only actual person moving around.
Was Jessica saying here? They want to put in all these new data centers for AI, and it needs water to cool it. Well, it will affect their water pressure. Now one is going up.
Right? Yeah, there's one going up by Glencoe.
Oh, okay.
And the Glencoe was talking about that what they have to do, how many millions they have to spend on their water system just to keep it so people have water in their houses going, because they're going to have to cool
Jeez.
this thing. And it's all going on farmland. So that's a real, I mean, we're giving up farmland for AI,
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've given it up for these wind turbines
right?
and
And why aren't we
solar
putting that
cells.
on top of buildings? I mean,
Right.
the building's there to put it on top of a building. Why are we putting it on farmland? I don't.
So there's a story I read probably 5-6 years ago where a guy had created tiny little solar cells
Mhm.
and mixed it with some type of asphalt,
Oh,
and he got the city government to asphalt um, the city streets with this thing that he had, and one, it kept the streets clear during winter.
yeah.
They didn't have to plow or anything because it melted the snow when it hit it, and then it also powered all of the city lights
Wow.
in the town. And then they thought that this should go on a global scale, or on at least on a nationwide scale or a state scale. And I never heard anything about it again. It's
Isn't that weird how that stuff just goes away?
right, and it's like,
So, and many, many, many years ago, back in the 80s, there was rumors of this guy that created a carburetor for a car
oh
that
yeah,
you could get.
running on water or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but you could get like 150 miles of the gallon type
Yeah.
of thing, And then all of a sudden he disappeared, the carburetor disappeared, all of a sudden and then it was done. Nobody talked about it ever again. So
Right.
It's kind of weirdo.
And I mean, I try not to believe some of those conspiracy
Conspiracies, yeah.
theories, but like I was reading about Project Paperclip, and that was when the Pentagon, when we took out the Nazis, we gathered up all of their scientists and we started paying them to do research for us, all these
Right.
Nazi scientists, and China did the same thing with these scientists that were creating shit for Japan and stuff like that.
Yep.
They started working for China, and it's like that's like stuff you find in a movie, and that's
Right.
actually kind of how I found out about it. It was a Korean sci-fi series. I'm like, I wonder if that's real. So there's me
Yep.
Googling shit,
Yeah.
and it was real, and I was like, wow, I can't believe China would do that. And then all of a sudden, I look, well, shit, the United States did that as well, and it's like,
And there's all these stories tell was it 3-4 years ago, whenever the last year the Chevy Cavalier was,
Yeah.
I was told, and I read the story about how it gets 30 miles of the gallon or whatever, and if you buy one and they ship it over to Denmark, they don't have as many issues, so you can take a chip out of it and get like 70 miles to the gallon with this Cavalier.
Oh yeah,
And it was just a chip. You just had to pull it out. It had something to do with emissions. But I know in Denmark there's a 200% tax on a car. So whatever you pay for a car, you pay Denmark a 200% tax.
Oof.
So there's not that many cars, and they do that by design.
Yeah.
Instead of making the cars do it, they make the people.
Sure.
If you want a car, that's fine, but because there's free busing.
Yeah.
So if you want your own car, here it is.
That makes some pretty good sense.
It does. There's some things that I think are good there. But we also talked to, getting off the subject now to Denmark, but we talked to some farmers that were on holiday here, and we were talking to them, and they were saying that 50% of what they grow, they sell on the black market. Because Denmark says, well, you're going to plant, you have 100 acres, you're going to plant 50 acres of corn and 50 acres of soybeans, and we're going to give you $1 a bushel. Before you even plant it, this is what you're doing. They decide what you're going to put on your farm. Based on their need.
Jeez.
So they said that to keep their farm going, to make any money, they sell a lot of it on the black market just to keep.
Wow. So, I mean, that kind of brings up the thing with and I'm trying to word this so that it's non-political, but
Good luck.
well, there's this people are complaining about copper mining, which copper mining is horrible, does horrible things to the environment.
Correct.
There's the issue with Oak Flat, Arizona, the reservation out there. There's a ton of copper in the ground.
Yep.
And they've been fighting with the Native Americans there about mining copper there. Of course, deep pockets win.
Right.
And
That's what I'm scared of with the Boundary Waters. area.
that's what they're doing there. And I mean, it happens in more places than not. I mean, Australia is
Right.
one of the largest.
Yep.
Australia and Chile have the largest copper deposits in the ground. And the reason, what people aren't looking at is the reason for this is because of electric vehicles and these solar gardens that they're putting up and these wind turbines. Because the best conductor of electricity, copper, and so they need millions of miles of it. I'm all about, it'd be great to have clean energy because it's renewable, but if you look at the big picture of it, it's not renewable because you're screwing another ecosystem in order to save another one. So it's, what do they call it? Stealing from Paul to pay Mary or something like that.
Peter to Paul. Yep.
Peter Paul, yeah. Peter Paul,
Mary, whatever.
Peter Paul, yeah, whatever. Puff the Magic Dragon.
Right.
So I mean it's a catch-22, and I know.
Well, it's the same thing with wind turbine. I mean, when they're talking about, it's the wind is doing it. Okay, but do you know how many fossil fuels it took to make one of those?
Right.
And to keep it cool. And there's so much. And like Jessica said, the water that we're pushing through these systems, that's not clean water coming back out.
Right.
I mean, that's all got to be processed again. And
so when they came out with ethanol, I remember asking, I can't remember who I was asking. I think it was a guy that actually worked at an ethanol plant when they were first starting to pop up all over out here, in Minnesota. And I said, how much corn does it take to make enough ethanol to power one vehicle? And he was saying something like, I want to say 60 acres of corn will make enough ethanol to power a car for a year. And I'm thinking to myself, there's ethanol in all gas now.
Yep.
And that's not really helping anything. It's a Band-Aid.
Right.
And ethanol burns faster.
Yep.
So you're not saving gas, you're using more because of ethanol.
And it's not as efficient. So you're not getting as much power out of a gallon of ethanol as you are a gallon of fossil fuel.
So we're finding all these Band-Aid fixes for an issue.
And is it an issue?
I don't know. I mean, it's
are we running out of oil?
No. I mean, they say we are, but I mean, I don't trust the oil companies, to be honest with us.
No,
they're collecting billions of dollars a day off of our use of gasoline, whether it's got ethanol in it or not. Same thing goes with electric vehicles. Those batteries are only good for how long? And then you get rid of them. What do they do with them?
And that's the thing. There is no place to get rid of them right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it just goes into landfill because human beings are human beings.
Right.
So, I mean, what's the solution? I don't know if there is, unless we all just go back to horseback riding.
Why do we need a solution?
Well, it depends on what school that you're going to,
Exactly. That was my point I was going to make, is because you talk to one person and it says, well, the ozone layer. You talk to another person and it's this, and you talk to another person. I don't know.
So I subscribe to, I know a lot of people say just because of my posts, I always watch CNN, blah, blah, blah. I don't listen to CNN or Fox. There is a news service I do listen to where they only talk about human accomplishments or accomplishments in the environment or blah, blah, blah. And one of the news stories I read, which totally goes against both schools of thought with the environment, is that the hole in the ozone layer is repairing itself.
Right.
And it's taken a while, but it is repairing itself. And I know there's talk about the Great Barrier Reef is dying, you know,
Right.
because of global warming. One of the things that I find amazing about nature is nature will always find a way
I agree.
to keep going. It's very adaptable. It's more adaptable. I think us as humans, we have to be very pretty arrogant to think
Yep.
that we have to control it all.
Did you ever hear George Carlin talk about that?
Yes.
About how arrogant we are, thinking we're going to take over. It's
Yeah.
going to come back. It's going to grow over everything we've built. The earth is going to keep going. There's
So okay, look at COVID, right? When that hit,
Yep.
it took 30 days to change our lives.
Yep.
We were the entire world. 30 days it took. And very shortly after that, nature just started taking over, you know,
That's right.
and started repairing all the shit that we had done to like rip it up or whatever. So, I have more faith that nature will come back.
Right.
Than anything that we could do.
I agree.
So, yeah, that's my soapbox, I guess.
Right. Well, and it's, to me, it's a good one. There's a lot of things that
Keep talking. I'm going to grab us
that
some more.
the Native Americans or indigenous, they believe in the earth and the water, and there's a lot of that I believe is true as well, that they take care of each other and they need each other, all of us together, and we should take care of it. But I'm not convinced that wind turbines and that is all doing it. I'm more convinced that there's companies out there coming up with this stuff to make money, and to go and tell you, hey, you need to put a wind turbine up to save electricity and to save money. And
Well, I don't think that the concept of wind turbines and solar gardens saves anybody money because it's hella expensive.
right,
People's electric bill didn't go down
no,
when they put up wind turbines and stuff. I do think that it's a great supplement to power generation. But I think it could be utilized. Like, I know there's a lot of coastal places that they use wind on the ocean. You
Right.
know,
there's no
Which-
other way to get. I get
Right.
that. Yeah,
yeah, and they got those power generators that they have on a buoy,
Yep.
and it does the wind and the hydro,
right.
and it powers up batteries or whatever. I mean, I think that's a great idea.
Yes.
Camping or living off grid.
Yep.
It's a great way to generate power, but I think trying to say that that it's helping the earth, I don't think so. Like I said before, you're robbing one to pay the other.
Right.
You know.
I'd be curious to know. So if you go southwest in Minnesota, they're everywhere.
Yes.
They're everywhere. And I guess I'm sure there's a way to look this up, but I wonder how much power one makes versus, say, the Hoover Dam.
Right.
What kind of energy does that make through just water flowing? And it's not just that, because it's churning stuff, it's generating, there's oil
Right.
involved, there's fossil fuels. I get it. Wearable parts. But is it, like you said before, this is all a Band-Aid. It's really not changing anything. It's a Band-Aid until we know something better, maybe.
Right. And this is probably just a dumbass asking a question because
one dumbass to another.
right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not a scientist. I barely graduated from high school, but people talk about oil reserves,
Mhm.
right? And how it's not renewable. Once you use it up, it's gone. So why is it just dinosaurs that supposedly are the oil?
Right.
How many
I agree.
things have been buried under the ground that I mean, not to sound morbid or anything.
Well, no, but
it
it's
is
true.
me.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's
You are the last responder.
I am the last responder. Yeah, so, but yeah, that is I don't know. I mean, we could go on and on. We could have a 6-hour show just based on
Right.
that conversation. I do want to say that I know our generation really hammers down on the younger generation.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's because Gen X is the best generation.
True, very true. We were very good probably for, you know, the cocaine dealers and stuff like that. Things of excess, we definitely like to use it up. But, you know, we raised ourselves. So anyhow, I do think that there's always that younger generation that has way better ideas.
Right.
And are more focused on something. You get to be our age, and it's kind of like, yeah, we're kind of like the Peems of generation. We're kind of like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
That was really super important to me when I was in my 20s, and now I just don't
Right.
give a shit. I just want to make it to retirement.
You know, it's funny because all my my middle daughter is in college, going to school to be a teacher. So there's a lot of times I will say to her, "Okay, I'm going to ask you a question, and it's not to offend. It's because I want to hear your generation's take on stuff." Right. Usually ends up in an argument of some kind, but I think that way. And then same with my nephews who are both in, their late 20s, early 30s, and I'm like, so we had this conversation about the flag, about the American flag, and that generation is kind of like, well, it's just a flag.
Oh, yeah.
And my generation and obviously the generations before who were actually in the wars,
Right.
it's a lot more than just a piece of fabric. It's what it stands for. It's what's happened with it. But it's funny when my nephew is like, well, so what if somebody burns it? It's their right. And it is.
Right.
It's a right. I get it, but wholly disrespectful. And he just doesn't see it. He's like, well, yeah, I guess, but it's still just a piece of fabric. I don't know what the big deal is. And
so I think it's
generational. They've never seen a war.
Right. Right. I mean, a lot of the youth that are adults now, they weren't around when frickin' 9/11 happened.
Right.
You know?
Or they were so young that it didn't click that
Right.
somebody had the balls to come here and attack us on our own soil.
Right.
I mean that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's yeah. There's not as many people that have fought in wars now than there was then,
Right.
and it wasn't a global thing. It was.
Yeah.
And I think too, and I've heard this from a few vets, is that since I want to say Korea, the Korean conflict, the patriotism hasn't been there.
Right.
It's it hasn't been just the morale, just the way the government kind of just said, well, I mean, it became kind of a PR thing instead of
Correct.
an actual,
Right.
I'm doing this to help people. It turned into, we're going to send you over there, and then when it's unpopular, we're going to pull you back.
Right.
You know, and I look at that with every conflict since Korea. Our Vietnam veterans, holy shit, they took a huge hit from their own people, you know?
And I honestly, I blame that on TV. And so in World War II, there was no...
Right, there was just a radio program.
Right, and if there was people over there taking video, they took video, they had to package it up and send it. The war was over before it got over here, and people got to see it, right? So now you get in Vietnam, and it's live. Like this is happening right now.
Yeah, we've got correspondents over there.
And every 1 cent, it's getting... I mean, if you watch it on TV every day, it's not as terrifying. Because I remember hearing that, like in World War II, they would send these videos over, and people would go to the movie theater to watch them because they weren't on TV. They'd sit in a movie theater to watch this. Holy cow! I mean, you're seeing this when people get blown up. Now it's every day, all day. It's on Facebook. It's on everything, and people are kind of like, well.
Remember when we were kids? I mean, there was a news program in the morning.
Yep.
And then one in the evening around 6.
Yep.
Or 5. and then there was one at night. I
Yep.
never got to watch that one because it was always late, but and you and I are in the generation where they go, oh, we've decided that you need to watch news 24/7,
Right.
and you're just inundated with stuff.
Yep.
And I think the huge problem with that is, and it goes along with social media, is that pretty soon you're losing viewers, you're losing your
Yep.
viewership. So now we have to do something sensational,
Right.
or we have to report on something sensational in order to get you to watch. Because when 24/7 news started coming out, CNN came on.
Yep.
That was the first time CNN. And I remember watching. You watched OJ being chased in his
Right.
Bronco
Yep.
all the way through it, the whole thing,
Yep.
And you never saw that unless they broke into your favorite program.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
We break into this program for this news bulletin.
Yep.
And it's like, and I think that's the same with like social media.
Yep.
There's a lot of people out there where their sole income is what they do online. And I've talked to a few influencers, and they said, well, if you want to be viral, you want to go, you got to put everything online.
Right.
And if you don't have anything interesting, then you do something.
Make it interesting.
You make it interesting, right?
Right.
That's always been something I wasn't willing to do. I know when TikTok first came out and I was watching all these people, I was I subscribed to Vine when that was out.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
We get the little 5-second little videos or
Yep.
whatever. So I was watching TikTok and I'm like, I had this idea of having an argument with my Alexa. I'd
Oh.
gotten one of those little Alexa shows or whatever. And then I found you could program her to respond to certain prompts. And I thought, oh my God, that would be kind of funny just to sit there and have
Yep.
the Alexa be really jealous of anybody that came over. And she would talk about killing my friends at Peems Bar and Grill and stuff.
Yep.
And those actually, they did really well. And I thought, okay, well, that was kind of fun. But then I kind of ran out of stuff to do. And then, so then I just stopped doing TikToks altogether. And then all of a sudden, I started doing this, read my stories and everything. And maybe once in a while I'd play a song or something and
Yep.
go, and then now it's this, But still, you're not going to see Bobby and I dancing around in our underwear.
Aw.
I mean, maybe on our Patreon, which I don't have. I don't even know how that works.
I don't know either.
But yeah, I mean, I don't like to, I just want to do cool, real stuff or interesting
Right.
stuff
Yeah.
online. I just think,
So we're just happy to be here.
we're just happy to be
Just happy
here.
to be here.
I mean, I'm happy that, my co-host is the main financier for all my endeavors online.
Yeah, right.
So,
So with kind of in the same thing, it was kind of funny that you said that Beth was just telling me that one of her coworkers was trying to have a conversation with, I think it was Alexa, one of them. And she said, she asked it about AI taking over.
yeah.
And Alexa paused and said, "Don't worry, I'll protect you." And I'm like, holy crap, I don't know what I'd think if that. Whoa.
So I was dating this one gal.
Was her name Alexa?
No.
Okay.
And then I was dating her around the time I was doing this skit thing
Oh,
with Alexa. And I programmed her to answer a certain way when I said, "Hey Alexa, I want you to meet my girlfriend, blah blah blah." I won't say her name. Not that she'd be watching.
Hey,
but-
Jerry.
Hi Jerry. So anyway, I go, "Yeah, meet blah blah blah," and she goes, and then Alexa goes, "I don't like her.
Whoa.
She's not allowed to stay here."
Whoa.
She goes, "Get rid of her now, Brad." And I'm just like, "Alexa, do you love me?" And she goes, "You are my king in my world.
Oh
and
my
I will
gosh.
do anything to be alone with you." And I'm just like, okay. My girlfriend was like, "What the fuck?"
I
So,
bet. Wow.
Yeah.
That's-
So that was fun. I used to do shit like that.
Yeah. It's all fun and games, so somebody loses an eye, right?
Right. So there was a couple of things that I thought about doing little skit things with you.
Mhm.
But you and I never have the time.
I know.
We barely have time to practice the music we play, so.
We don't. You can say barely if you want, but yeah.
I mean, there's times that we do, but we're fucking tired as hell. So, you want to practice?
Yeah.
I'm eating a sandwich right now. Want to say happy birthday before I forget. Happy
yes.
birthday to Terry Moko, who watches us regularly. So I hope you have a good day today, Terry.
Yes, happy birthday. And happy birthday to anybody else out there that we don't know for sure that it's your birthday, but
Right.
I hope everybody has a great day.
It's a universal happy birthday.
Yes.
Unless you're a Jehovah's Witness or a Mormon, then we're not wishing you a happy birthday. Not because we hate you, but because I know you guys don't celebrate that.
You're kind of digging a hole. I kind of want to see where this goes.
I kind of am. So I used to work with this guy. He was a Jehovah's Witness. Not that there's anything wrong with it. And
So I used to work with this guy. He was brown, but that's okay.
It's okay to be brown. But I would always have chocolate, and the chocolate would be themed, whether it be Christmas or Easter or whatever. And I'd have it up on my desk, and people could come and help themselves, whatever. And every time a birthday would come around, I would pass a card around for everybody to sign it and give it to the person or whatever that we worked with. And this one dude that I worked with, he goes, I'm Jehovah's Witness. We don't celebrate birthdays. Oh, okay. And then they would want the day off during the Christmas party because they didn't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Which is fine. They gave them the day off, you know. But when I had chocolate on my desk, whether it be Easter eggs or Easter bunnies or little Christmas things, they'd come up and they'd grab some chocolate. And they'd be like, whoa, what are you doing? I'd be like, I just grabbed some candy. I thought everybody's allowed to grab the candy, right? And I said, and what kind of candy is that? Is that a foil-wrapped Christmas tree made out of chocolate that you're grabbing? Yeah. I said, aren't you a Jehovah's Witness? You don't celebrate Christmas, do you? Well, it's chocolate. That celebrates Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got to put it back. I said, well, you touched it now. Now you have to eat it.
Take it.
Just remember, you got to face your pastor. I don't know if they have pastors there.
I have no idea.
You got to face your pastor knowing
that you had a Christmas tree.
You had a Christmas tree. You celebrated Christmas for at least 15 seconds. So I've always been like this, Bobby.
Yeah, you've always, and you know what though? So my thoughts while you were talking about that, here we go. I don't know how I'm going to say this without offending somebody.
Oh, I was going to say, don't cry. You look like you were going to cry.
No, that's a deep thought. That's that look.
Oh shit,
doesn't happen often. So, I guess I don't know what it's like to believe in something so much. Like, so good or bad, I'm a Christian. I have my beliefs. But if somebody says Happy Hanukkah, wonderful, Happy Hanukkah. What, you know what I mean? I've never been that type to say against it, right? Like, oh, I don't believe in that. Perfect. Happy Hanukkah. Happy whatever. Whatever. Right. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Whatever. That's great.
Well,
but
it kind of goes along with, so when I had cancer, I had a shit ton of people, that would comment on my posts.
Right.
I'm going to say a prayer for you. At first, it was very hard for me to swallow because I'm not a huge believer in that.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. I made it through it.
Right.
And
does it matter
if it doesn't, because,
you know what I mean? At the end.
Because here's the thing. Whether you celebrate Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or Christmas, or you just want to say happy holidays, to those people saying that to you, they're trying to bring you joy.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, I try very hard to remember that when you tell me Merry Christmas. Talk about Christmas. I do know that 90% of the time you do it because you like my reaction, kind of like I like to rip on you when you're not here. But yeah, so I don't know. I just think we've gotten people need a reason to be outraged.
Yeah, I agree.
Which, is too bad. I think that if I hate to get political, and I'm not going to, but I'm going to say that no matter how strongly you feel against another person's leanings politically,
Yep.
you should still be able to talk to them.
I agree 100%.
Because, I mean, nowadays I feel like some people say, well, I voted for them just to see how you react and make you cringe or make you freaking, they're rage baiting you.
Yep.
But I think if people don't vote to piss other people off, people vote because they believe that that's the best person for the job.
Correct.
Now, sadly, especially since I've been able to vote, we haven't really had a whole lot of great cast of characters to vote for.
Right.
So yeah, it's just a mixed bag, and again, I blame social media for that.
Right. Yep.
Because it gives everybody a platform.
It's funny because my dad, he'll go, well, I read this and I read this, and why would that be on there? And I'm like, do you understand how Facebook works? There's an algorithm. As you look up stuff, it's going to make everything go that way.
Right.
So if you're either way, if you're very heavy Democratic or very heavy Republican, and that's what you're clicking on, you're going to start seeing more and more and more of that, and less of the other side.
Right. Well, even when you Google search.
Correct. When
something.
you Google search anything, when you're having a discussion, we all know they listen. We all know that. We've all had a situation where the one time we were talking about, this is kind of funny. So the kids were using Beth's vacuum and they broke it. And I'm like, we're going to Walmart. We're going to buy her a new vacuum because she's going to flip that you broke her vacuum. So we went there. We were talking about vacuums. We got there, and the first thing on there was use this vacuum. And it was just talking about the Shark vacuum and all this stuff. And I'm like, so we know they listen, right?
Oh, yeah.
But it that's what I'm trying to get at, I guess, is people, well, this is what I'm reading, and so this is what I believe. Well, you kind of got to look for answers, not just what's easy.
Right.
To bring up there. I was told actually by my cousin that who's very against Trump. And I said, to be honest with you, I didn't vote for either one. I voted for somebody else. And he goes, well, that's the same thing as voting for him.
Right.
And I said, and I feel bad for them that they think that my vote counts no matter who I vote for. So this is who I think is the best out of this group that's not real great anyway. This is the one I think is the best. This is who I'm voting for.
Right.
I do not believe in political sides. I don't believe I had an aunt that was really big in vote blue no matter who, and I'm like, that's asinine to say that because you don't even know who's in there yet, and then the same as vote red till you're dead. That is ridiculous.
Right.
Vote for the best person who's going to run our country. In my opinion, and this might piss people off, in my opinion, once you become the governor of a state, the president, the mayor, you no longer have a side. If you are the governor of Minnesota, you do what's best for Minnesota, no matter what, no matter if it's Democrat, Republican, whatever. That's true, Beth. She just brought up the vacuum wasn't even broke. I just couldn't fix it. Beth fixed it, so now she's got two vacuums. You're very right. But when you become president, I don't think you should be Democratic or Republican anymore. You should do what's best for America.
And it's kind of just like sheriffs getting elected.
Right.
You shouldn't be one side or the other. You should be
what's best for the county.
Well, you should be upholding the laws.
Yes, whatever the law is.
That is your job, is to lead law enforcement of that county. And whatever their blah, blah, blah is, that's what you do. Not, oh, well, I'm not going to do that because I'm a Democrat, or, I'm not going to do that because I'm a Republican. that's not how it works. You do what your charter tells you you are supposed
Correct.
to do, what your duty is.
And to be honest, this might be an unpopular opinion, whatever, but I believe our city council that we have in Winthrop is very, very good at doing what is best for Winthrop. There's the ones that naysay here and there, whatever, but as a whole, I feel that we have a great city council that really believes in Winthrop and wants to do what's best for Winthrop.
Yes, I would agree with you.
It would have been easy when we bought our building and the road was shut down. It would have been easy for them to charge me the same amount of everything, but they didn't. Like, there was tax breaks, there was all this stuff that they were like, here, this can help you. They came to us and said, here's this grant that will help you because the road is tore up. Here's a grant from Minnesota. So we got a grant that paid our electric bill for 3 months while they were fixing the road in front of us because we couldn't open the door.
That's only because, Michael likes you. You're like Winthrop's number one son.
You're Winthrop's number one son. Don't even start.
I only was because they thought I was you.
Yeah, because we look exactly alike.
We do. We both got beards,
Right.
and both our names start with B.
Right. So
Yeah.
that must have been it. But anyway, I think that the town didn't have to do that, right? But they went to all the stores and said, this is what's going on. We were totally in the loop on when stuff was going to get done. Granted, it took 3 months longer, but we had I don't know if you remember when they were working out, we had a month of rain. Remember that? They had the hole dug and it was 6 feet of water and they were trying to do stuff. And
Well, I think small government, city government,
Correct.
local
Yep.
government is the only way that you're really going to see your voice be heard. And
Correct.
I don't think in any type of, no matter how small, how large, you're not going to make everybody happy.
oh, never.
Everybody's
Nope.
got different ideas of
Yep.
what they think is right for the city, for the county, for the state, for the country, for the
Yep.
world, Nobody takes into consideration that, people think differently than you,
Right.
and some things are more important to them than that is to you. And everybody's voice needs to get heard.
Correct. Yep.
And I don't think that's happening
In what level?
on either side. Well, on the local, it still is happening.
Oh, I
But-
see what you're saying.
But
yeah.
I think on a larger scale, it's bills are getting funded,
100%. Yep.
and I think it's frustrating for our state representatives to voice their voters' concerns because I'm getting political. But I mean, and I'm not picking on one side. They're both guilty of it. There does need to be term limits.
Yeah.
Originally, you were only supposed to get stipends as a senator.
Correct.
Not a career.
Yep.
And
Is it stipend or
Yeah.
stipend?
stipends, it's just tomato,
Okay. I didn't know.
potato, Cadillac. So, but it's I think it's frustrating for the smaller governments to say, hey, this is what our people want. Yeah,
Right.
well, what company are you sponsored? I mean, in order to make it more visible, the big shots should be wearing jackets like race car drivers with labels on who sponsors them.
Right.
And that's how you should vote because, yeah. Anyway, I could go on for another hour with that.
Right. No, but I think we're on agreement where
Right.
there all the way right and all the way left is where problem is in my opinion. If you are hardcore either way, just because, to me that's the problem.
And just remember, it takes two wings to fly a bird.
It does. Yep.
So, all right. So anyway, it is Memorial Weekend,
Yes, it is.
and I know a lot of people use it as they use it as an excuse to go camping, right?
Right. Yep.
But yeah, please,
Hey, Joe's watching. Welcome, Pimo.
hey Pimo, please remember the men and women who gave up their lives, made the big sacrifice in order for us to be able to have these discussions
Correct.
online.
Yep.
and also to make sure that we're all safe at home. We don't have anybody aiming bombs at us right now. Well,
Correct.
I'm sure they're aiming, but they
I'm
haven't
sure,
shot them
yeah.
off. We're free to have any job we want,
That's right. Yeah,
free to worship however we want or whoever we want.
that's right.
But Scientologists, you guys got to knock that shit off. Anyway, but yeah, and you're free to be friends with who you want.
Yeah.
You know, that's the beautiful thing about this country. I could argue till I'm blue in the face about politics or religion or either one, but the bottom line is
We get to argue about
we get to, and why do we? Because of the men and women that have
Yeah.
given their lives for this country.
Talk about the ultimate sacrifice.
Right.
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Die for your country. So that's huge loyalty. So a shout out
Absolutely.
to the friends and survivors of those soldiers that have given their life for us. And so what do you got going on here before we close up? Because I know we're over time, but
We got some people coming over tomorrow. I think you're coming. We're just gonna barbecue, typical Memorial Day stuff. But
yeah. Do I have to wear pants?
yeah, please.
Damn it.
Please. My grandbaby will be there, so yes,
She ain't gonna remember. She's so young.
I will remember. And that's the bad thing. But so I'm excited about that. All my kids are gonna be there, so I'll have all three of my kids together with the grandbaby.
Oh,
my
yeah.
mom and dad. I'm excited for tomorrow.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Lily's boyfriend's coming today because he's busy tomorrow. So
Oh.
today you could come over without wearing pants. That would be awesome if you showed
And
up
we
today.
could both, because have you ever done the dad thing where your kids have their boyfriends over or whatever, and you just walk around the house in your tidy whities?
No, I have not.
Well, I think nowadays you'd probably
Yeah,
be considered
it's different
a
now.
predator. Yeah. Oh, the good old days, right, buddy?
That's right.
All right, you guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
It's a pleasure. Always.
Beth says he's here already, so we'll drop our pants and go home right now.
Now he's probably shitting his pants. Going, oh no! What am I gonna watch? So, all right, you guys. Have a great day. Have a great week. Join me on Tuesday for Tuesday Tales. The cover is done and it's been accepted. I got that posted on here. I hope you guys like it.
And you're doing chapter
And we're on chapter 51 on Tuesday
out of 54.
out of 54.
Oh man,
The end is
I'm
coming
heartbroken.
soon. Your heart broke.
yes, I'm heartbroken.
So, and then Thursday we're gonna maybe do some music if we feel like it,
Yeah,
even if we don't feel
even
like
if
it.
we don't. So what are you gonna do in a month when you're done with Broken Bird? Are you gonna take a couple days off and then come back with something?
I
or-
will probably take a couple days off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, might be we have to probably take one Tuesday off.
So 54 chapters. So we've been listening to this for a year.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's the longest movie ever.
Right. So after I've submitted it to Kindle Publishing,
Mhm.
It breaks down how many pages it is.
Okay.
And because it's not formatted correctly, the margins are wrong. So far it's like 600 something pages
jeez.
long, which isn't as long as my last two books.
Oh,
Those
okay.
were over 1,000.
Oh, okay.
So
Regular
well,
Stephen King novel here.
one was 700, the other one was like 1,000. So once I scrunch it down, then we'll see, because that'll add some new pages on there.
Right.
So, and like I was telling Bobby earlier, while I was editing it, I was like, maybe I should add this clickety click 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 click, and then maybe I should do clickety click click click. So yeah, I've submitted it now, so no touching it unless it's like spelling correction or whatever. But yeah,
How long does this process take? This part.
this is probably, well, I don't know. It took me 16 years to write this
Well,
book. So,
Right, but
but I mean, the most
once it's
tedious
submitted, how long before it can be out on print?
24 hours.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's a print on demand. So usually I get an author's copy they send me to look over, which I never do. I'm all giddy. Ooh, I got it.
yeah.
And then after that, then I can order copies for people and stuff. So
Wonderful. And I would like a couple copies to sell out of Winthrop Mercantile.
What's Winthrop Mercantile? Again?
It's this business that I heard of that would
Oh.
like to sell local books. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
We need more businesses like that.
we do. We do.
I shouldn't poke fun. They're funding most of my podcasts.
Yeah, keep it up.
Keep it up. There go your stars, buddy.
Remember the 100 stars I gave you? Tomorrow you're getting 1.
-1. Now you owe me.
Yeah, you owe me.
All right, you guys. Love you.
Yes.
Love you too, brother.
Love you too. Thank you,
Pimo.
everybody.
Pimo, let's hope you're back with us and we got the whole team with us next weekend.
Yes.
Because it kind of drives Bobby and I mad that we can't really razz you about anything because we know you're too chill.
Yeah, I don't know what to razz him
Yeah,
about even.
I don't either. No, we'll have to ask Renee. Renee, what really bothers him? She'd be like, nothing.
I've been trying.
I've been trying. All right. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Ooh. Wait, is Kevin even? I didn't see him.
No,
So he was, yeah, we'll talk.
I got the music turned up if you're going to play a song to lead us out.
Dun, 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 dun,
All
dun,
right.
dun.
It's cold. It's petrified. Lose it now.